Is video taking over podcasting, and should you care? Welcome to the Podcast Why. I'm Brett Johnson, my podcast guy, your trusted friend in podcasting. The show is here to help you reconnect with the real why behind your podcast so you can keep showing up with clarity and confidence. Video is growing fast. Podcasters are feeling the pressure. Video is everywhere. YouTube is everywhere. Short clips are everywhere. Spotify is pushing video. Apple Podcasts is pushing video. People in podcasting circles keep asking the same question. Are you on video yet? And because that question is everywhere, a lot of podcasters are feeling something they may not be saying out loud. They're feeling behind and wondering if audio is now somehow not enough. They're asking themselves if the only way to stay relevant is to turn their podcast into a video production. I'm working with podcasters who are starting to ask about cameras, researching lighting, editing workflows, studio options, thumbnails, and social clips before they answer the more important question: what is this podcast actually here to do? Video may be a smart next move for your show. It also may be a distraction from the real work of the podcast. And the only way to know the difference is not to look at what podcast professionals are writing and recording about every day. It's to look at your why. This season is not about reacting to trends. It's about learning how to make production decisions with purpose. And if you miss that, then even a good opportunity like video can become a bad strategy. In all honesty, video is growing. It's creating more ways for some shows to be found and helping some podcasters build authority and shareable content. For the right show, that matters. But here's the mistake I don't want you to make. Don't confuse market movement or the next shiny object with podcast alignment. Just because video is becoming more common doesn't mean your show automatically needs it right now. I'm working with podcasters whose audiences are deeply loyal and highly responsive. Those listeners aren't sitting around waiting for more camera angles. They want your insights and consistency. They want useful episodes they can take with them into the rest of their day, their week, their month, their life. They listen while driving, walking, traveling, or working. For those listeners, audio isn't a lesser format. It's the right format for their lifestyle. That matters more than the pressure of the video trend. Because if your audience primarily values usefulness, trust, and consistency, then adding video may add complexity that doesn't improve the core value of your show at all. So yes, pay attention to the shift, but don't surrender your judgment to it. Before you buy a camera, update your space, or book studio time, here's the question I want you to sit with. What is my podcast for? Not what it could become one day, or what would look impressive online, or what seems to be working for somebody else. What is your podcast for right now? Is it here to help you build authority, grow your reach, stay connected to your audience, support your business, generate better leads, deepen trust with the right people? My podcast clients got immediate clarity once they answered that question honestly. Once they stopped asking, should I do video, and started asking, what job is my podcast here to do? The pressure went down and the decision became much clearer. That's the shift I want for you. When your podcast why is clear, production decisions stop feeling random and reactive. They start feeling practical. So your next step is simple. Write down one sentence that answers this question. What is my podcast actually for? If you can't answer that yet, then don't worry about video. In the next episode, I'm going to help you define the core job of your podcast and show you how video can quickly become expensive content when that job isn't clear. You can book a clarity call with me. Just head over to my podcast guy online and look for the Book a Clarity Call link. We'll map your podcast why to your business and your business to your podcast so it all feels coherent. Thanks for listening to the Podcast Why. I'm Brett Johnson, my podcast guy, and I'll talk to you in the next episode.